Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I'm glad that you're here. And we have improved our sound, which is good because I've been concerned about that myself. So with the help of Nikki and stuff, we have improved on that. So I hope nobody has any problems with hearing our speakers for the night and our service and music. So Shabbat Shalom. I'm glad that you're here. I appreciate it. We're going to start. Oh, no, let us start. Let's see. What do I want to do first? Blessings, I think. Yes. Okay. We're going to start with two. No. Yeah. We'll go. Okay. Hey, you're Mr. President. When you clear your throat, I shut up. Okay, so we're going to start with Tuvu Vraha, good and blessings this evening. So is there anyone who has a good and blessing since we were here last week or since they were here weeks ago? So I knew Mr. President. Okay, Paul, tell us about your adventures.
I just am so very happy to be home.
Are you?
With my community, and it was a great adventure, but there's no place like home.
Very good. Where did you go?
I went to Norway and Scotland and Iceland.
I'm envious. Envious. Very good. Anybody else have a good or blessing? Oh, come on. Then you have very good, Melissa. That's good. That's all it has to be.
Game of Thrones prequel started again last week. And I'm back in the land of George R.R. Martin. It's not Iceland, but
Go, there you go. Excellent. Excellent. Any other good and blessings, Neely?
Well, the congregation prayed for my granddaughter.
Yes.
She was well enough this week to follow her grandpa's tradition of taking the girls to Barnes and Nobles to buy them.
All right. Excellent. Excellent. Up and on her feet. We're glad that our prayers helped. There were a lot doing it. Back there, Adam.
I'm married to my best friend.
You're married to your best friend. Oh, Amy, you're a best friend. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Yes. Anyone else have good and blessings? Yes, Toby. Fine. Now, is that not the best to have an argument or a disagreement or something that happens where you lock heads with somebody or disagree with somebody, but after it's all said and done, you love each other enough that you can forgive and you can honor them again and act with loving kindness towards each other? That is a true blessing. True blessing, because I don't know any family that doesn't do that once in a while. So, nothing unusual there, but the forgiveness and the healing is a very good blessing. I'm glad. Very good. Any more? Okay. I'm going to give my good and blessing. And I've got a huge one for me. As you know, Rabbi's been on sabbatical for 3 months, and I, as ritual, had the duty to manage and make sure that services continued and that things kind of kept rolling while he was gone, and hope for the best and all. And I think I can say at this point, Rabbi will be back next Friday evening. Thank you. And I've got to say, I think we've done pretty good here. I think that things have gone very well. And thank you. I've gotten a lot of good feedback. I haven't gotten any bad feedback. So I guess I didn't do too many bad things and I did enough good things and we kept it going. But I've got to say at the same time, I'll take some credit for it and stuff, but this would not have happened without the support of many people. And they're giving to me and to the synagogue. And so I want to let you know that I have the utmost gratitude, thankfulness, and respect for the people who supported me through all of this and added to our community while Rabbi's been gone. So I want to thank especially Helena, because she has been here when I couldn't be here. She's filled in when I was supposed to be doing it, but couldn't for some reason. So Helena, Friday night, Saturday morning, any other time, I grateful, thankful. Yeah, a blessing to me. So thank you so much for that. Bruce Cohen also helped us with leading services while Rabbi was gone. Cantors, Nikki and Tanya, we could not ask for more talented and giving cantors. They have covered, between the two of them, they have covered every Friday night. And I think we are very fortunate for that because we are so small and we don't often find people who can cantor, lead song, play instruments like Nikki and Tanya. So I want to thank them very, very much for being here. Our Devar Torahs, we've had people that have helped with Devar Torahs on Friday night in absence of Rabbi's sermon. Tanya Dittburner, one of our other cantors, did it. Violet Neff, Deborah Armentour, Howie Watt, Michelle Tell, Melissa Trapani, Sarah Muniz, Bob Leonard, Jacob Egberg, Gary Jacobs, and this evening, Paul will be doing our Devar Torah. So I want tonight. You asked me about that earlier. You keep trying to get out of that, Paul. I don't think that works that way. So I am very thankful to those people who have stepped up to have a little Devar Torah, something for us to think about or whatever. I'm very thankful for them to step up and do that. Saturday leads, Helena and I were there and stuff. And Howie Watt led one of our Saturday services. And then Torah study on Saturday. Neely and Gary Jacobs, both of them put out a great deal of effort and time to prepare Torah study, to keep us interested, to keep conversation and going, and being able to learn from each other and give each other I guess the good, whatever your favorite drink is. Gin and tonic sounds good to me, but it was so good to have that thirst for knowledge and that thirst for Torah satisfied by Neely's experience in leading religious schools, and Gary, who just is, he's just into the Torah study just because he's a curious kind of guy. So I want to, that is my good and blessing. I have just been humbled by the spirit and the love that's been shown by all of these people over the last 3 months. And I hope Rabbi appreciates everything that everybody has done too. So, yes.
And the Zoom people.
Oh, Zoom people. Oh, thank you so much. Zoom people. Kevin and Jen have been here for helping with Zoom. I know that there have been a few others, but they kind of hide back there, and I'm not sure who and when. Jacob Lapidus, Misty Deutsch, right? Who?
Samson?
Did Samson do?
One.
Right. And I know Bob was here, or at least, was there to support whoever was doing it and stuff. So thank you for not letting me forget that or get away without mentioning them, because that is an important part of this also. So yes, we did good. Okay. To this evening, since we have broken tradition so many times this summer, we're going to have Ron Hoffman come up and light our Shabbos candles. we have not always had a woman lighting Shabbos candles. We're egalitarian, right? So Ron, if you'll do Shabbos candles for us, thank you.
A different light shines this day.
Oh, page 26, I'm sorry. Page 26. I'm sorry, Ron.
A different light shines this day. Light pure and bright. It glows like that of an angel. Its brightness fills my heart completely. I shall rejoice and be glad. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher shine in the midst of God, v'tzivani la'ad ner shel Shabbat. Praise are to you, Holy One of blessing, whose presence fills the world, who hallowed us with mitzvah, inspires us to kindle Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Thank you, Ron, very much. Shalom Aleichem.
Sure. Shalom Aleichem is on page 27.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hamavet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Malachem Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Nila Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Sechem Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. On the bottom of page 28, we'll read together. Psalm 139. O God, you've searched and know me well. You understand all my thoughts and every word upon my tongue. Your presence surrounds me, and you touch me with your hand. Your presence exceeds my own perception. It is a wonder beyond imagining.
Kaddish, page 29. Yikadal, Yikadashame Rabbah.
Amen.
Yomadi Rahirute Viamlet Mahute.
V'chayechonu yomecha, u'vayeta kol beit Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, u'vizman kariv, v'maru, amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach, le'olam le'amaya, yitbarach,
Yitbarach v'yishtabach. Yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh.
V'et hadar, v'et alei, v'et halal, shemeda kudasha,
Brichu.
leila min kol birchata v'shirata.
Tush bechata v'nechemata damim rabbiamal v'yimaru. Amen. If you'll please all rise for the Baruch Hu, we're on page 30. That's for Paulina.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorah. Baruch Adonai Hamvorah le'olam va'ed.
And then we'll read responsively Psalm 104 on page 130. Bless the eternal, O my soul. O eternal, my God, you are very great,
You are
clothed in glory and majesty, wrapped in light like a robe. You spread out the heavens like a tent cloth. God sets the rafters of the high places in the waters. God makes the winds to be messengers, fiery flames to serve you. You made the deep cover the earth as a garment, the waves to stand above mountains.
You make springs gush forth in torrents. They make their way between the hills.
You water the mountains from your high places. The earth is sated from the fruit of your work.
The cedars of Lebanon, your own planting, where birds make their nests, while the stork has her home in the junipers.
God made the moon to mark the seasons, the sun to know its time to set.
How
Manifold are your works, O eternal. In wisdom you have made them all. May the glory of the eternal endure forever. May you rejoice in your works.
Bless the eternal, O my soul. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. As I sing of one God, I rejoice in the wonders of this world, and I pray for the day when all peoples shall be as one.
Shema
Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kivod Malachuto Leolam Vaed. Please be seated.
Yahavta, page 31. Yahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol medodecha v'chayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'divartam bam v'shivtecha v'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'aderech v'shachlecha uv'kumecha v'shartam la'ot al yadecha v'hayu latotafot b'neinecha Uv'tavtam ha'mitzvot beitecha u'v'sharecha l'ma'an tizkaru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim le'ohechem ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeiti echem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem ki ani Adonai
Elohechem. And let us read together the translation on the top of 32. You shall love Adonai your God, heart, with all your soul, with all your being. These words which I command you this day shall be upon your heart. Teach them diligently to your children. Speak of them in your home and on your way, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand. Let them be a symbol before your eyes. Write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Be mindful of all my mitzvot and do them. So shall you dedicate yourselves to your God. I am Adonai God, who led you out of Egypt to be your God. I, Adonai, am your God. When a Jew speaks a word of prayer in love and awe, the power of that word gives birth to God's glory. The angels call out to God, "Who is like unto you?" How great is even a single word of such a prayer? It causes all the angels to sing. All words join with one who serves the eternal. This is the meaning of the Michamoka, that one who sings along below can arouse so many songs on high. Yada da da bim bum, yada da 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 da, yada da da bim bum, yada da da, yada da bim bum, yada da da, yada da bim bum. Mi chamocha nerdim Adonai, mi chamocha nerdar bakodesh, norati lo. Oh, Seifele, Norati Lord, oh, Seifele, ya da 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 bim bum, ya da 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 ya da da bim bum, ya da 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 ya da da bim bum, ya da da ya da bim bum. Page 33. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Eternal God, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts. May we lie down in peace and rise up to find our hearts waiting to do your will. Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu malchenu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Grant that we lie down in peace, Adonai our God, and raise us up, O sovereign, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel, and for your name's sake, be our help. Adonai.
Eloheinu shalom, v'avikeinu malchim l'chaim, u'peros aleinu sukat shlomecha. V'tahinenu b'tza tova l'fanecha, v'hoshi'enu l'man shemecha.
Please all rise for tefillah on page 34.
Adonai shepherdai tiftach u'fiyagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagedol, Hagibor, V'Hanora, El Elyon, Domel Chasadim Tovim, V'Kamei HaKol, Bezocher Chasdei Akovi Ma'o, Rebi Gulali Bnei Bneihem, Naman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Mashiach Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Abraham Ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol Mashiach, Mechayeh Pravim B'Chesed, Mechayeh HaKol B'Rachamim Rabim. So make no clean Virufei Olim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Enunato, Vishenei Ahar, Nikamo Aval Gevurot, Umidom Elah, Melech Memi, Umekayem, Umatmiach Yeshua, Ne'amanatah L'chayot Ha'ol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol. Atah kadosh v'shemcha kadosh, v'kadoshim b'chol yom v'chol v'tzela. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
Please be seated.
And let's do Yismechu on page 36 at the bottom. Yismechu
Malakutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat Bekore, Oneg Shabbat, Yismechu v'malakutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat Bekore, Oneg Shabbat.
Kadeshe
Makadeshe,
Shavi Shabbat
Shabbat, Kulam,
Yisbehu
Yisbahu,
Tuvecha Shabbat
Shabbat, Yismechu v'malakutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat Bekore, Oneg Shabbat, Yismechu v'malakutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat Bekore, Oneg Shabbat.
V'hashvi
Rasitabo,
Ratzitabo v'kidash tov Shabbat
Shabbat,
Kemdat Yamin
Yamin,
Ato Karata Shabbat
Shabbat, Yismechu v'malakutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat Bekore, Oneg Shabbat, Yismechu v'malakutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat Bekore, Oneg Shabbat.
Zecher
Lamase,
Bereshit Shabbat
Shabbat,
Zecher
Lamase,
Bereshit Shabbat
Shabbat, Yismechu v'malakutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat Bekore, Oneg Shabbat, Yismechu v'malakutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat Bekore, Oneg Shabbat. We continue on page 37, responsorily. We reach for you, O God, from our quiet places. May we stand still for a brief moment and listen to the rain. Stand still for a brief moment and watch the play of sunlight and shadow on the leaves. For a brief moment, listen to the world. We need a quiet space to test the balance of our days, the weight of our own needs against the heaviness of the world's demands. The balance is precarious. Steady us with faith. Quiet places and stillness, where we will hear our own best impulses speak. Quiet places and stillness, where we'll reach out to each other. We will find strength in silence, and with that strength, we will turn again to your services. Prayer of thanksgiving. There are times, oh God, when I feel alone, and yet I know in my heart that I am never alone. You are always there waiting for me to speak to you of my desires, my fears, my hopes and dreams. Yet how seldom do I reach out to you to voice my gratitude for all that is beautiful in my life, for all the gifts in my life. Love, family, and friendship have come from you. But the greatest gift of all is your presence, which time and again has given me strength, hope, and courage. In the midst of doubt and confusion, I need to know that you are beside me, not only in the prayer book, but in the depths of my being, my friend, my strength, my God. After Shalom Rav, we'll take time for our own personal meditations.
Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon, lecho hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon, lecho hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. V'tov b'einecha levared et Amcha Yisrael, v'chol lev v'chol shah b'shlomecha. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Lehayu, leratzon, umrefi v'hedion libi, Lefanecha, lefanecha, Adonai suri, suri begoali, Adonai tsuri begoali. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable to you, be acceptable to you. O God, my rock and my redeemer, O God, my rock and my redeemer.
I love that, Nikki. I like that. And a nice change from the regular Oseh Shalom that we sing. Okay, so Mr. Paul, do you remember that this is your Devar Torah night?
What could possibly go wrong?
Podium is yours.
Let's see, what else?
What a treat to hear you on Shabbat. I haven't heard you on Shabbat in some time. It's so special. Thank you. So, how does Parashah Re'eh, Deuteronomy 11:26 through 16:17, which outlines in great detail the laws of kashrut, prohibitions against piercing and mutilating a body, tithing, and such, speak to us as moderns? Moses is straightforward and harsh when, in his last speech to the Israelites, warns, if you follow God's laws, you will be blessed more than all the peoples of the earth. However, if you worship false idols and ignore other commandments, you shall be cursed and perish. Pretty harsh. Nothing could be more stark than the commandment to remove all the idols of all the other peoples from the land the Israelites are about to inhabit, and juxtapose that against modern Israel, which today welcomes all religions and is a beacon of freedom in the Middle East. Quite a difference. We Jews are commanded in the portion to preserve the excellence of the human body by maintaining its pristine and divinely crafted form. Read, don't mark it, don't mutilate it. There are instructions about tithes and freeing the Hebrew slaves. I haven't freed a Hebrew slave in years. There's a lot in this portion that is hard for us to grapple with as moderns. The portion states, you shall not eat anything abhorrent, and goes on to describe in great detail that will later be expanded on by the rabbis what could and could not be eating, forming, in fact, the genesis of the laws of kashrut. So how does this speak to us? Is this how we're supposed to please God? Is this how we keep God from becoming angry? How do we glean the beauty that is Torah in a portion that seems to be speaking to an ancient people about strict rituals that really seem pretty outdated in our world today? For me, the context of this is the moment in Jewish history. We were slaves in Egypt. We'd spent 40 years wandering, and we were about to go into a land and intermingle with other peoples. How does a people stay connected to each other and form a society and not assimilate? I believe this portion is ultimately speaking about separation. There are times we should separate from our neighbors and times we should reach out. The portion illuminates that our community carries its own individual commandments and customs, but these texts and the entire portion are not about separating our community from our neighbors simply because they are our neighbors. Other communities play an important role in how individuals and groups form identities. It is by defining us, by differentiating between us and them, that we come to understand ourselves. This is where I began to find the eternal beauty of Torah in this parsha. God is providing structure to counterbalance the impending chaos, a truth that rings true even today. My family keeps kosher in our home and observes a moderated form of kashrut when eating out. Yet I certainly do not believe that the root of our practice is, as outlined in this portion, about keeping God happy by performing this ritual. Instead, every time I order food in a restaurant or choose which plates to use in my home, I am reminded that I am a Jew. And with that comes a much broader obligation to halacha, which translates to go or to walk. I love this. Walk the talk is Jewish law. Halacha, then, is the way a Jew is directed to behave in every aspect of life, encompassing civil, criminal, and religious law. That's a whole lot to contemplate over a fork full of food, isn't it? By the way, in a way, it kind of makes the mundane holy. And that actually brings me a great deal of joy. On our best days, we do remember all the ways we are commanded to act justly in all aspects of our daily living. In a few weeks at Kol Nidre, we will reflect on all the ways we missed that mark. As moderns, while we may not practice all the aspects of Judaism for the same reasons as our ancestors, we can reclaim and repurpose so much to add beauty to our lives. Yet, in a modern world filled with much more complexity than they faced thousands of years ago, we must recognize that there is a fine line between building an identity by recognizing what unites us with those in our community and building an identity that differentiates ourselves and segregates us from the larger community, yielding estrangement. We can see that the separation commanded in this parsha also has very serious dangers for us as Jews. We must balance our need to separate without becoming the mysterious other to the larger community. Our CKA community does this by interacting with other faith communities, inviting the larger communities to selected events, and in general, by being pretty incredibly transparent. Finally, the parsha concludes with the commandment, Yira'eh, you are to be seen. I believe each of you tonight is fulfilling this commandment. I believe that the hardy Kol Amites that pitch in on mitzvah days, that teach in our religious school, who volunteer, who coordinate all our community-wide tzedakah, who organize Oneg Shabbats, who volunteer and join the sisterhood, who serve on our board and our committees that choose to be members of our community are saying, yes, I want to be seen as a Jew, separate in some ways, yet very much a part of the wonderful larger community that surrounds us. Each of you is modeling in your way that we are Jews, people of the book, and we are proud of the inheritance left to us by the ones who came before. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Paul. I like that. Very nice, very nice. Okay, announcements. So we have no anniversaries this week, but we do have birthdays, Marshall Armature and Violet Neff. I think Violet's is tomorrow, actually. So our announcements, the CKA office will be closed on Monday, September 5th in observance of Labor Day, and we will reopen on Tuesday, the 6th. Naughty is going to do a Kugel fundraiser. So support CKA's youth group. This is Naughty, North Texas Temple Youth. In our Kugel fundraiser, $5 will get you a handmade kugel that can be picked up after Rosh Hashanah Tashlik services on Monday, September 26th. Your options are a potato, noodle with raisins, or noodles without raisins. And so sign up on the website before September 19th to reserve your kugel. This is probably most likely under the supervision of Casey Flankbaum. And if you know Casey, these kugels are going to be die for. They are going to be good. So I encourage, buy your kugel. Buy 2 of them, 3 of them, put them in the freezer. Or take one out and take it to your break the fast after Yom Kippur. Don't want a kugel? Donations are always accepted and appreciated to help grow and support our youth group community. We're also happy to announce that our new introductory preschool program called Kol Ami, Family and Me. Family and Me is for children aged 3 and 4 and their families to learn about and enjoy Judaism together at Kol Ami. Experience the prayers, customs, foods, holidays, and people that make our community special. Classes are once a month from 10 to 11 here at CKA during the religious school year. Please visit the website to get more details and to register. The first session will be on Sunday, August 28th. I think that's tomorrow or this Sunday, right? Sisterhood Apple and Honey Tasting. Join the CKA Sisterhood for honey and apple taste testing and meet and greet on Sunday, September 5th at 5:30. I think I have 7 o'clock in my book. Oh, you can check that. Check the website. 5:30. Can't wait to see you or meet you if we haven't yet. The event will be in Onegi Hall, and we promise either a good time or a story that you can laugh about later. Time to show our furry friends some love. We are in the dead of summer still, and our 4-legged friends need our help. This drive will last until early September with an event at Hound Mound to be scheduled, weather permitting. Also, we are looking to schedule an informational session with Animal Services for those 15 years and older who would like to volunteer with them. Currently, the Flower Mound Animal Services needs new and gently used towels, new and gently used collars and leashes, Iam's puppy, kitten, dog, and cat food, and milk-bone dog and cat treats. So bring any of these items to the temple, and our Tikkun Olam committee will get them to those animals in need. And of course, that's headed up by Melissa Trapani. Yes. As usual, any information that you need to check up on, register for, whatever can be found on the Congregation Kol Ami website. And if you just can't find it on the website, go ahead and call the office. Bob will be more than happy to help you. Okay, the Misha Bayrock list for this week: Joyce Bloom, Natalie Bavino, Karen Brown, Nikki Cohen, Sandy Cook, Mark Davis, Francine Feingold, Lucille Goff, Michelle Griffin, Carol Jones, Molly Kalig, Deb Kaufman, Toby Kennedy, Lauren Koenig, Alex Koenig, Gianna LaMonica, Deb Ledden, Matt Levin, Phyllis Lorelli, Paul Redford Jr., Bruce Sari, Adrian Sandler, Dale Seaver, Happy Waterman, and Laura Leah Weeks. Is there anyone who would like to add someone to the Mesha Barak list? Thank you. Thank you. Julie, thank you. And Wynn Marks. Thank you. Shaberach avotenu makor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Berak imotenu makor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Okay. If you'll please stand for the Elenu on page 82.
Alleluia, Shabbat Ladon Hakol, Latei Kedulai Celebration, Shalom Asani V'Loye Aratzo, V'lo Samanu, V'mishpachot Hadama, Shalom Sam Elkenu Kahem, V'gor Aleinu, V'cho Hamonam. Anaknu korim, u'mishtakavim u'modim, lifnei melech malkei hamalkim, hakadosh baruch Hu. Shalom v'shamayim v'yosei haaretz, u'mashav yikarov hashamayim mima'al, u'shkinatu zov. Ushkinatu ve'meronim, Hu Eloheinu Echad, Emet Malkeinu Efesulato, Hakatuv b'Torato, V'yadata hayom ha'shivota. Ki Adonai hu Elohim, v'shamayim v'ma'al, v'haaretz mitachat le'no.
Bayom hahu, Yeh Adonai echad, Ushamo, Ushamo echad. Excuse me. We recall with love and gratitude the names of those whom we have recently lost, as well as those whose anniversary of death occurs this week. Gratefully, we have no one in the congregation observing Shiva, having lost someone in the last 7 days. Does anybody want to add anyone for Shiva? No? For Shloshim, we continue to mourn the loss of Sandy Garber Rubin, a dear friend of Eileen Redwoods. Is there anyone else who has lost someone in the last 30 days? Thank you. Thank you. Yard sites this week: Rose Album, Dorothy Bender, Ann Brooks, Bernard Fromm, Lisa Loeb, Blanche Cohen Rankin. Is there anyone else who is observing a yard site having lost someone at this time in a previous year? Very good. If you'll stand, we will recite Kaddish on page 85. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah v'alma divra kirotei v'mlik malkutei v'chayakon uv'yomachon uv'kayeh dekol beit Yisrael b'gala v'uzman kariv v'maru. Amen. Yehei shmei rabbah v'varak le'olam umei almaya. Viet Barak, Viet Tabak, Viet Pa'ar, Viet Raman, Viet Naseh, Viet Hadar, Viet Haleh, Viet Halal, Shemei, Dekudashah, Barichu, Leila Min Kol, Berakata, Veshirata, Tushbachata, Venechamata, Damin Ran, Bialma, Vimaru, Amen. Yehe Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, Vachai Elenu, Ve'akol Yisrael, Vimaru, Amen. Osei Shalom, Bimramav. Uyaseh Shalom, Elena Ve'okol Yisrael, Vimaru, Amen. And may the one who causes peace on high cause peace to descend on all of us and upon all Israel. And let us say, Amen. Very good. Okay. We have something a little fun tonight for a closing song. It's something that has been hidden away in the ritual closet for a while. So I'm going to hand some of these out.
Did you notice when everyone saw the accordion, they got up and started running out the door?
Hey, what's the deal? Get back in your seats.
I know, I know.
This has been in the ritual closet for a long time. We all pray in a yellow synagogue. And I hope that you all remember we all live in a yellow submarine. The Beatles song, most of us do, some of us don't, but I hope that you remember the tune to this song. And so we're going to sing this song as the closing song before Rabbi comes back and I don't have control over whatever goes on up here. So I think this would be just a fun way to close out services tonight. So Nikki is going to accompany us on her accordion. Yay! And sing out and sing well, and then we'll go do Kiddush in Onegi Hall.
In the
Land where we were from lived a man named Abraham, and he told us of his God, the only one who sent a ram. So we called went up to the mound, and we stared. We were agog, and we stayed so we could pray in our yellow synagogue. We all pray in a yellow synagogue, a yellow synagogue, a yellow synagogue. We all pray in a yellow synagogue, a yellow synagogue, a yellow synagogue. And our friends all go to shul, every one of them to Sunday school. And we eat no clam or hog in our yellow synagogue. We all pray in a yellow synagogue, a yellow synagogue, a yellow synagogue. We all pray in a yellow synagogue, a yellow synagogue, a yellow synagogue. As we live the faith of deed, faith of deed. Every one of us has all we need, has all we need. Connect by face and blog in our yellow synagogue. We all live in a yellow synagogue, a yellow synagogue, a yellow synagogue. We all pray in a yellow synagogue, a yellow synagogue, a yellow synagogue. Thank you, thank you. All right, let us go into Onegi Hall and we'll share Kiddush. Thank you so much for being here this evening.
That was fun.
Oh, that's very sweet. I must get her home. Richard, she's favorite. She's could be. I never even thought about that.